Hello students. Now the last part of this chapter number 7, that's the frog. Frog scientific name, the common Indian frog scientific name is Rana tigrina. Remember to make underline. Rana tigrina, particularly this one we are going to learn in this chapter. Rana tigrina, when we see the systematic position of this Rana tigrina, then it belongs to phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata. Then next, subphylum Vertebrata. Next, superclass Tetrapoda. Class Amphibia. Order Anura. Family for this frog Rana tigrina, that's Ranidae. Then genus Rana and species Tigrina. This is the systematic position of Rana tigrina, higher level category of classification to the lower level of category of classification. Next, habitat of this frog. See, as we know, it's belong to class amphibia. Amphibia meaning organism can live both on land as well as in fresh water. Remember, fresh water, aquatic body in that particular fresh water. Okay, so frogs can live both on land and in fresh water as they belong to class Amphibia, phylum Chordata. Next, so next point for this frog that they are poikilotherms. Poikilotherms, another name, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded, we have already discussed this in chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. Cold-blooded definition here. Suppose outside temperature, frog body temperature considered that hypothetically 37 degrees Celsius. Now, surrounding that temperature outside the body of the frog, that temperature, surrounding temperature, suppose 50 degrees Celsius. So, frog body change their body temperature and makes 50 degrees Celsius. Right? So, body temperature, suppose 50 था तो 50 हो गया, 20 degrees Celsius है outside. So, frog body temperature goes down 20 up to that 20 degrees Celsius. So their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment, and that condition we called cold-blooded or that conditions the followed by the organisms that organisms or animals we call cold-blooded or the poikilothers. So first point that it belongs to amphibian class, so it can live on land as well as in fresh water. Second, they are cold-blooded or poikilotherms animal. Third point, that they perform camouflage. They perform camouflage. Camouflage meaning simple that if you can make out over here first that in this picture, this is the surrounding background, and over here the frog is present in this space, right? So frog color, if you can make out exactly same with respect to their surrounding. One more pic over here. See, tree part on which here the frog is present. Right? So frog can change their body color. If they are present in grasses, so greenish in color. On that dry leaves, so brownish color, right? This thing helps to hide themselves from the enemies. And that thing you called camouflage. That you call the camouflage, which helps in to protect themselves from the enemies, right? And this protective coloration you called mimicry. This organism mimic the color point of view exit that surrounding. Either you call mimicry or this protective coloration we call metacrosis. Okay, this is the proper term actually. Mimicry से भी proper term ये है. This is the protective coloration phenomenon we call metacrosis. Right? Next point. Frog. Generally, आपने भी observe किया होगा that frog can be easily visible in monsoon season. Right? In rainy season, frog can easily visible. So that doesn't mean that summer and winter in that frogs are not present. They are present. But during the peak summer, and during the peak winter, during this peak winter and peak summer, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. During the peak summer, extremely hot condition is there, and during the peak winter, extremely cold condition is there. So to protect themselves from these two extreme condition, they take shelter in deep burrows. Okay, that period we can say that they're inactive period or dormant period. Inactive period, or you can say that that is the dormant period in which they are just resting and resting. They are perform resting only. And when during the hot season, that's the summer season, when hot environmental condition is there, at that time when they live in burrow, take a sleep, we call summer sleep or estivation. That summer sleep is known as a estivation. And when this thing happens in winter, we call winter sleep another name hibernation. So estivation and hibernation, both conditions are we can observe in case of frog. In summer, estivation, in winter, hibernation. Right? Next. Next thing, remember that frog larva. Frog larva you call tadpole, right? Frog larva, tadpole. One is a frog and other one is a tadpole, larva of frog, and other is a adult frog. Remember this thing for your information. Tadpole is herbivorous. It can eat the plant parts. It eats the plant parts. An adult frog that is carnivorous. It eats the insect, right? And one thing, frog generally capture only a moving prey. Mostly time that's the insects are prey for this frog. So frogs, adult frogs are carnivorous, and this frog capture only a moving prey with the help of its tongue. Right? So this much just in general information for frog. Now we are going to learn the morphology of frog, external features of frog. First, frog in that skin. Skin is smooth and slippery. Frog skin is smooth and slippery, Why? Because on their skin, that's the too much amount of mucus is present. Mucus is a sticky substance. So on the skin, this mucus is present. Mucus is secreted by the mucus secreting glands on the skin, which gives the slipperiness and smoothness. And always the skin is maintained in a moist condition. Next, this side we call dorsal side, and this side we call ventral. This is the anterior, and this one is the posterior. So dorsal and ventral side, dorsal side color of the dorsal side body is generally for this Rana tigrina, that is olive green. Dorsal side color is a olive green with this irregular spots. These are irregular spots. Okay, so on the dorsal side, this type of spots are present. Body color olive green with the irregular spots. And here on this ventral side, okay, this side, spots are not present, just pale yellow color body. Dorsal side olive green, ventral side pale yellow color body of frog is there, right? Next, frog. One fact is there: frog never drinks water. Frog never drinks water, but absorb it through the skin. As such, frog lives in a that's a fresh water, right? Frog lives in a fresh water. So frog, remember, from this fresh water directly the water enter here into the body, and that's why no need to drink water. So one more thing, that on the basis of osmosis phenomenon, on the basis of the osmosis phenomenon, here particular type we call endoosmosis phenomenon, water from the surrounding enter into the body, and from all sides when water enter into the body through the skin, then no need to drink water. That's why frog never drinks water but absorb it through the skin. Next point, body of the frog is divisible into two parts. Here main head region is there, and this entire part we call trunk. So body of the frog is divisible into two parts: adult frog, head and trunk, right? Neck region is absent, and in adult frog tail is also absent. Larva tadpole में tail होता है, but in adult frog this neck and tail both are absent. Next, above the mouth a pair of nostrils are present. In this you can make out, here the mouth is there, and here the nostril, one on this side and one more on other side. Pair of nostrils through which the air can enter into the frog body. So pair of nostrils are present just above the mouth. Next, second, that if you can make out, here the eyes are there, and these eyes are bulgy, right? These eyes are bulgy in appearance, swollen, bulgy in appearance. So eyes are there. Next, this bulgy eyes covered by nictitating membrane. If you can make out here, this is the upper eyelid. Here the lower eyelid is present, and one more transparent eyelid is present here, that we call nictitating membrane. This one we call nictitating membrane. Upper eyelid, lower eyelid, and over here the nictitating membrane, transparent membrane is present. This membrane covers the eye. This membrane covers the eye entirely when frog lives in a water. because in water swimming अगर हम करते हैं ना, so you can understand this thing. In our when we do the swimming, so special glasses we wear for during this that swimming time, right? And that glasses protect our eyes. Here already glasses are present inbuilt है frog में in the form of nictitating membrane. This nictitating membrane is a movable in frog. In human, this nictitating membrane is present, but structurally present, functionally absent. And that's why for human we consider nictitating membrane is a vestigial organ. Vestigial organ meaning structurally present but functionally absent, right? So that we call the vestigial organ. In human, this nictitating membrane present but not functional in form. So we call vestigial organ, but this thing is functional in case of frog. Nictitating membrane present, it's a part of the eye structure and that protects the frog while in water, right? Next, after that, after the eyes, now the next, the third point, that tympanum. You have learned entire ear structure in chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. So हमने extra topic लिया था, right? External ear, middle ear, and internal ear. Here external ear is absent. Pinna like the structure है which present in us, right? That is absent. Just membrane is present. This tympanum membrane is present over here. So external ear is absent, and here ear represent in the form of this tympanum. So on either sides of eyes, यहाँ पे eye है, so here tympanum, same here eye is there. So on other side also the tympanum is present, right? So on either sides of eyes, a membranous tympanum present, which behaves as a ear and receives the sound signals. So first structure we have learned, that's the nostril. See in this picture also the nostrils are present clearly. Here the mouth is there. Just above the mouth, small openings are there. We call the nostril, right? Next, second, above the nostrils on both the sides, bulgy, right? Can you make, if you can make out here, see here the eye. So bulgy part, eyes are there, bulgy structures, eye. Then sides of the eyes, tympanum. Now next. So this much present on the head region. Now we are going to move towards the trunk region. In that, hind limbs and forelimbs are present. Hind limbs and forelimbs are there. So forelimbs, here the pair of forelimbs are there, one on this side and one on other side. Same here the hind limb, here this is the hind limb. So pair of forelimb and pair of hind limbs are present. Next, see if we can make out this position, okay, sitting that frog, when it jumps, so it mainly, okay, the pressure is mainly exerted while the jumping on hind limb compared to the forelimb. More pressure is generated to the hind limb compared to the which one, that's the forelimb. So mainly actually this hind limbs are larger muscular and stronger hind limbs of rock compared to the forelimbs. Why? Okay, one of the reason is what, while the jumping, okay, main pressure is exerted on the hind limb. So hind limbs are more muscular, more stronger and larger compared to the forelimbs. Next point. This is the first point, that hind limbs are more stronger, muscular, larger compared to forelimb. Second point, forelimbs and hind limbs, okay, both that help in swimming, walking, leaping, burrowing. Second point, that hind limbs end in 5 digits. Their ends in a 5 digits. Total number of digits 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hind limbs. In case of forelimb, so forelimb in that only 4 digits are there. Forelimb 4. ऐसे याद रखना 4 4, right? So forelimb 4 digits. Hind limb 5 digits. This is the very important line for MCQ point of view. Hind limbs ends in a 5 digits. Forelimbs hands in ends in a 4 digits. Hind limbs, if you can make out over here this type of membrane, suppose this is the first digit, second, third, fourth, and fifth, like this. So between two adjacent digits, the membrane like structure is present, and due to that, this structure actually we call the web. This membranous structure we call web. So these feet have webbed digits. These feet have webbed digits, hind limbs, which helps in swimming. Right? So forelimb and hind limb. Forelimbs, compared to the forelimbs, hind limbs are more stronger, larger, and muscular. Hind limbs have a webbed digits, which helps in a swimming. Next, forelimb and hind limb both that can perform leaping, leaping meaning jumping, walking, burrowing, right? Next point, that forelimbs ends in 4 digits, hind limbs end in 5 digits. After that, next point related to this morphology, that sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism meaning we can differentiate male frog and the female frog without seeing that anatomical features. Male has a okay, no need to take a section. First, we have to do the dissection. Observe that if testes are there, we call the male. If ovaries are there, we call female. No. With the help of external features, also we can differentiate. This one is a male frog. This one is a female frog, and that characteristic features you call sexual dimorphism. ये ऑलरेडी हमने कॉकरोच में भी लर्न किया है, right? Male cockroach, female cockroach. So here we are going to learn male frog, female frog. Cockroach exhibits sexual dimorphism. Frog also exhibits sexual dimorphism, but not earthworm. Remember, earthworm is already bisexual organism. Male frog, अपने rainy season में सुना होगा that drow, drow, drow. Okay, that sound particularly we call the croaking sound. Right, sound of the frog. This sound is produced by this vocal sac. Vocal sac present only in male frog. Male frog, with the help of this vocal sac, produces this sound, croaking sound, which helps in to attract the female frog. Right? That gives the sign over here the male frog is present. So vocal sacs are present only in male frog, not to the female frog. That is the main sound producing organ. Second point, so this is the first point between the male and female cockroach. Vocal sac present, here absent. Second point, that see in the forelimb, see 4 digits first of all, so we can easily say that this is the forelimb. Here on this inner side, okay, or the inner finger, index finger भी बोल सकते हो. First digit, this is the first digit. Here a swollen structure is present which is sticky in nature, and that you call copulatory pad. That we call the copulatory pad, or we can say that the nuptial pad. Copulatory pad or nuptial pad, remember, that is present on the first digit of forelimb. Again, present in only male frog, absent in case of female frog. So male frog, vocal sac present, male frog, nuptial pad or the copulatory pad is present, and both these structures are absent in case of the female frog. This copulatory pad that helps in name suggests copulation, copulatory, right? So that helps in during mating. Okay, to hold the female frog, to hold the female frog, male frog possess this nuptial pad or copulatory pad, which is sticky in nature, so it can easily attach with the female frog, and this thing helps in to transfer the gametes. So this much information for the morphology of frog. Quick revision. First, frog skin smooth and slippery due to presence of mucus. Second, skin always maintain moist condition. Second, dorsal side dark olive green, ventral side pale yellow color, dorsal side dark irregular, that spots are present. Here spots are absent in case of ventral side. Frog never drinks water, just absorb through the skin. Body of frog, adult frog is divisible into head and trunk, tail and neck absent. Pair of nostrils, nictitating membrane, tympanum, these things are present on head region. Then in trunk, mainly these forelimbs and hind limbs are there. Hind limbs are more stronger, larger, muscular compared to the forelimbs. Forelimbs ends in 4 digits, hind limbs ends in a 5 digits. And these digits are webbed, right? Which helps in swimming. Then next, sexual dimorphism. Meaning of sexual dimorphism. Frog, we can on the basis we can differentiate the frog. This is the male frog, female frog on the basis of the only and only external features that we call the sexual dimorphism. In that, vocal sac and nuptial pad or copulatory pad both are present in case of male frog, and in female frog these are absent. Remember, adult frog is a carnivorous organism, and larva of frog we call tadpole, that is herbivorous organism. Nictitating membrane, that is movable, functional in case of frog, which protect the eyes while swimming, but this organ become vestigial in human. This much information for morphology features of frog. Thank you.